Bite model. The Bite model, developed by Steve Hassan, a mind control and cult expert, is a framework for understanding how destructive cults and high control groups manipulate and control members. It focuses on 4 key areas. Behavior control. This involves regulating members' actions and daily routines, often dictating aspects like who they associate with, restricting personal freedoms, and enforcing behaviors that demonstrate loyalty and obedience. Members may be subjected to exhausting routines or confessions to ensure compliance. Information control. Groups restrict access to information, censor opposing views, and use propaganda to shape members' perceptions. Members are discouraged or forbidden from accessing external information that contradicts the group's teachings. Internal communication is tightly monitored, and members are isolated from outside sources, fostering distrust of any information that challenges the group's ideology. Thought control. Cults and high-control groups control how members think by using indoctrination, loaded language, and suppressing critical thinking. Members are taught to reject any thoughts that conflict with the group's beliefs, often through us versus the mentality that demonizes outsiders and glorifies the group's ideology. Emotional control. Emotional manipulation keeps members obedient and dependent on the group. This may involve inducing feelings of guilt, fear, and shame, particularly about thoughts or behaviors that contradict the group's teachings. Cults create phobias about leaving the group or questioning its authority, making members feel worthless or doomed without the group. The Bite model is a tool to identify manipulation and psychological control in groups, showing how these forms of control work together to suppress the individual's true self and create a new identity aligned with the group's desires. It is widely used to help individuals recognize and escape from destructive cults and high-control groups. One ex-Scientologist detailed what she experienced in Scientology regarding mind control techniques used by Scientology, drawing on the Bite framework from Steve Hassan's Combating Cult Mind Control. She outlined how Scientology employs behavior, information, thought, and emotional control to manipulate and indoctrinate its members, particularly at the initial stages of involvement. Behavior control is demonstrated through the use of high-pressure sales tactics by registrars who trap individuals in a cycle of continuous course enrollment, often preventing them from leaving until they commit to a course. Techniques such as TRs, training routines, and objectives are highlighted as hypnotic and trance-inducing practices that make members more susceptible to Scientology's indoctrination. These methods condition individuals to comply passively, laying the groundwork for deeper indoctrination. Information control involves the deliberate withholding and distortion of information. New members are only gradually exposed to the true beliefs of Scientology, such as the existence of body thetans, hundreds of spirits that live in our bodies, to prevent them from being overwhelmed and potentially leaving. The organization also forbids members from engaging in any external practices or therapies and restricts access to any critical information, often labeling it as in theater to discourage scrutiny. Scientology's control extends to the media, where it uses legal threats to suppress negative coverage. Thought control is maintained through a complex system of loaded language that short-circuits critical thinking. Words and phrases specific to Scientology, such as in theta, interbulated meaning chaotic, confused and theta being the Scientology term for spirit, are used to dismiss any critical information without examination. Thought-stopping techniques, such as the TRs, training routines, train members to shut down any critical thoughts about Scientology, reinforcing a mental state where questioning the organization becomes almost impossible. Emotional control is exerted through phobia indoctrination, where members are instilled with a deep fear of being expelled from Scientology and labeled as suppressive. This fear is reinforced by stories of those who left Scientology and allegedly suffered dire consequences. The organization also manipulates personal insecurities, often discovered through misleading personality tests, and uses these vulnerabilities to hook individuals into its system.